Whiskey Tango Charlie coming to you with part 2 of our series of Taste of Texas, Charles.
Whoa. Yeah.
Again, I can't emphasize enough, it's not about me, it's not about Charles, it's about you. And it's about what your palate is and the exposure to different bourbons throughout America and the different flavors that you're going to pick up, Charles.
Hey, just wonderful, wonderful. Kentucky will probably always be king, but wow, great juices happening across the country.
Whiskey Tango Charlie, join us.
Back to it, man.
Right. So last time we picked with the randomizer, right?
Yeah.
So let's be fair.
Yeah.
Let's start on the end. You want to start on the end?
All right. I was going to say.
Or you want to start on your end?
No. Alphabetical.
Alphabetical.
Balcones.
Starts with a B.
Yeah, B. Yeah, this is. Listen, folks. This is not bourbon.
So what is it called?
Balcones, I think. I'll have to look up the pronunciation, but Balcones, Balcones, number 1. And this says Texas Single Malt, okay? Single Malt whiskey. So this is not a bourbon, not a rye. It's a single malt, right? It's malt whiskey. In these child-proof containers. I'm telling you, dude. There we go. So, here we go. Oh, that didn't even. There we go.
It's not carbonated.
Well, it's supposed to have a little.
Or it better not be carbonated.
There we go. Perfect.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Oh, dude. Here.
So,
look at the darkness of that thing, though.
What happened to letting it breathe?
No, yeah.
What is that?
Wow. Is that just a maltiness?
It's a chocolatey.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. I can't wait now. You got me all excited.
Oh my God. This is amazing. But look at the color.
That's a gracious pour.
Well, yeah. Much darker than what we had.
The cork, please?
Yes.
We don't want the goodness getting out of this.
Okay. Yes, this is a pot distilled product. You know.
Kenny, the camera's not picking it up very good. The bottle doesn't spin, so I don't know if it's a keeper.
No, it's it doesn't really twirl like them. But look at this. This is 106 proof. So, single malt whiskey. This is Texas single malt whiskey. Wow. I'm telling you, I wish you could just get the smell of it's just this beautiful aroma.
It's the malt.
Right?
It's so I wonder how much barley is in this. So do we have any kind of mash bill? Have we done any? Right?
I am not sure if I got a note or two on this. I'm trying to remember if I did.
Well, dude, we don't want to be like everybody else and just read from the website, right?
No.
So you have no notes.
I'm pretty sure
it's toasted.
I'm pretty sure this is all malt. It's single malt. I don't think there's nothing. It's just simply malt.
Malt. Like in a chocolate malt, vanilla malt.
Yeah.
You say malt to me, I'm thinking it's a...
Think about that. So, the guys that are they're adding a little malted barley, malted stuff in the mash bill for corn, rye, malt. So this is all malt.
So this is a whiskey.
Yes.
This is not even a bourbon.
No, single malt. So there's no corn.
I got to jump into
nothing.
this.
Yeah. So is it set in the glass though? It's really interesting. The first thing I got was just malty, the aroma coming up.
Bacon spice bad. Like all on.
Wow.
This is so I have a buddy. So we're going to call my buddy Mikey, right? Because I don't want to give his name. He'll know who I'm talking about him. But Mikey enjoys cooking chili. And we all enjoy chili. And Mikey has a real big problem with adding way too many spices to his chilies. And Charles, this
All right, so
has got a lot of spice going on.
well, so the first sip, it was the initial hit, the 106. Okay, the 106 is the initial hit. But let me tell you something. As you were talking, and I'm just sitting here just letting that settle in, what I got was just a beautiful cocoa. That powdered cocoa stuff, not chocolate milk or any of that, but I mean powdered cocoa just enveloped my mouth. It just was wow.
So I didn't do what you've taught me, which is exhale, right?
Right.
Much different, very different. I got the chocolate when you handed me the bottle on the nose.
On the nose.
So it coats my entire palate. I don't want to say forward and I don't want to say back because it's all over.
It's a definite. If anything, it is across the middle of the palate. But the second sip now, it's what I get. It's just a sweet. Golly, this is sweet. But dark fruits. I mean, I get dark cherries and the cocoa. And I mean, it is amazing. This is the more I just let it set in. This is almost like a dessert, as the sweetness is just, and it's making my mouth really water.
I'm getting a bitter, like a bitter finish. Now that it's sat there for a while, it's a tongue-tingling bitterness, almost like I've had something bad out of the garden.
So look at where I took the sip there, Troy. I don't know. You're probably not going to be able to see this in camera. So I said, man, I just took the sip, and from where the juice was from the top, I mean, the fingers, the legs go from the top of the rim to the juice. I mean, that's an indication of just pure sweet. And this is quite amazing. I mean, this is really. And what I'm getting now after it's breathed a little bit, and I started to swirl it, and that's a bad habit I've got to break. I mean, I just remember I was up there with Steve Nally at Bardstown Bourbon, and I was going through the thing with him, and I was trying out. I did the glass, and he said, Charles, he said, what are you doing there now? I said, well, I kind of swirl around. He asked me, he told me, sort of gave me this tip. He said, let it be still. Let it be still, because that swirling stuff, he said, you're just releasing a lot of ethanol there. Let it be still for a moment, and then come in and do the nosing. He said you'll get a better read on it. And I was like, so I got to break that habit, Troy. I got a bad habit of that swirling the juice in there. But this is really cool. I really like the way this finishes. There's just a hint now of some oakiness. You get a little bit, but it's very mild. But what I just keep getting is just simply malt, sweetness with dark fruit, and the baking spices I got on the first sip. It just mellows out after the second, third, fourth sip. I mean, that's just me. I mean, what do you think?
So I haven't taken another sip because I'm still trying to get a hold of this bitterness. So the best way I can describe it is almost a nutty bitterness. Like if you're to have a pecan, however you like to pronounce it, that isn't quite ripe yet, and it's got that little bit of nutty bitterness to it. And that's the finish that I'm picking up.
Right.
and I'm hoping it goes away, but it's staying with me.
It's a little bit. So I got a fourth sip in there. I really kind of swirled it around on the palate. Boy, it just really kind of hugs forward, and then in that fourth one, I'm getting just a hint now of some tobacco coming through.
Wow.
It's really, really, and I think, honestly, Troy, this might even be, we should make it a point to maybe come back to this now that we've opened the bottle a little bit. I mean, we just fresh opened it. But be interesting to see what coming back that in a couple of weeks after the bottle's been open, now a little air to it. Because I think this is getting a little better now that it's set in the glass and breathing. And it could be just, maybe it's just the alcohol kicking in. I don't know.
No, I'm not going to disagree with you on the tobacco. I never thought about the tobacco. I should have looked at our wheel. But getting the chocolate, the nutty, and
there's no doubt the big malt, right?
Right.
The maltiness, wow, kaboom. I mean, that could be like on the flavor wheel. That whole thing could be just a big malt over there. Well, malt with a little slice of cocoa in there. Yeah.
Great. Whiskey Tango Charlie, we hope you're exposing yourself to new tastes and new flavors. The Taste of Texas is amazing. Please reach out across America and try different whiskeys and different bourbons in the area that you live in, and share those with us on social media at Whiskey Tango Charlie to the Bourbon Lifestyle.
And yes, and if you see this one, I'd encourage you to pick that one up. That's a no-brainer. Cheers.
I can't wait to open it again. It's got a great flavor to it. Great flavor. But the finish.